This video is sponsored by Win-Win Technology, your ultimate flight sim hardware solution, featuring the Orion hotels, current and future configurations.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today is the 30th June 2021. We have another patch in DCS World Open Beta. There are several changes and improvements. The biggest one, of course, is the addition of the Marianas terrain. This is a free terrain module that you can download, about 4.5 gig when I downloaded it. There's absolutely no reason not to have it, and it looks pretty awesome. So as it stands at first release, we've got a maximum map size of about 1500 by 1500 kilometers. Most of it, of course, is ocean. If we zoom in here, we have the Marianas island chain. This is what we have modeled at the moment. It's possible that more islands may be added on. We're not sure. The islands included at the moment are Guam, featuring Antonio B. Pat International Airfield, Anderson Airfield, which I've been told reliably by one of our members who used to serve there, has the mark from where the B-2 Spirit bomber crashed. Also to the north, the disused historical Northwest Field. If we go north, we have a very small Rota Island, featuring Rota International. North again. Two main islands. First, Tinian Island, featuring first Tinian International, and then to the north, historical North Field, where I'm told that B-29s launched from here to bomb Japan, including the nuclear bombs. Moving north, we have our last main island, Saipan, featuring Saipan International. We look forward to exploring this tonight with the boys. Should be good fun, so please go make use of the new Marianas. Next, over to the Mi-24P Hind. There are about 30 different changes, but I'm just going to show you the really important ones that I think you need to know. So first, we now have an operational ammo counter. Currently it just shows 125 rounds for the main twin guns. Let's arm up with pod guns as well. We've got these 4 extra banks now. We've got 7.62 times 4 there. We've got 12.7 times 5 there, so we think that's left wing. This is right wing. 12.7 times 5 here. 12.7 times 4 here. We're assuming that's just a misprint. We think that's meant to say 7.62 times 4. No documentation on this, so we're going to assume that in this case, for instance, it means there are 150 times 5, which is, I think, 750 rounds of 12.7. We think that's how it's going to work. Or if we have the 30 mils on this pylon, then it would be just 150 30 mils. Let's set our weapons up. Bomb, 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 bomb. You can see that we've now got operational and selected our twin 30mm cannon. Hell, let's go to long. You can manually adjust it back up if you want in iterations of 5. You've probably got the idea now, but let's face it, everyone wants to see this. Pretty cool, huh? Next, a small but important change. As default, the ASO2V countermeasure panel is now set to flare interval 2, series 4, left and right stations both turned on, but most importantly, the cassette multi-switch is now set to 1 instead of 0. So that means that now, if you are playing as a single human in a multiplayer server, the countermeasures are now by default set and ready to use, at least on cassette 1, so that's a useful improvement. In the controls, we've had added, if we go to the 9K113, go down to observe, we used to just have observe toggle on and off. We now have more control. We have the ability to turn the observe on with a separate switch and observe off with a separate switch. Next, the hover indicator has always worked in terms of lateral and longitudinal motion, but the VVI part of it, or the VSI, the vertical movement, hasn't been working, so let's just go to see if that's fixed. You see on the left of the gauge, you can see, we now have vertical speed. And finally, for the Hind, we have dispenser pods working properly. So if we call our pylons 3 and 4 bombs, KMGU-2 with 96 sub-munitions HE frag, one on each side. Tell AI Petrovich to arm up. Let's get our sight on. Master arm on. Select the USLP. Check USLP is loaded. Make sure our sight is on, and it is. Lower it down. We are going to start dispensing with weapon fire. Of course, this didn't work on the release, so this is new and extremely awesome. So set your phase to stun. This will crash servers, by the way, because it's incredibly CPU intensive. What will happen now is the kind of doors of the sub-munitions will open, as I'm going to try and show you, and the munitions will fall out slowly like they're supposed to, in stages. Watch this, valued viewers. Fly, my pretties, fly. Oh, I missed half of them, god damn it. Anyway, you got the idea there. And the cool thing is, look at that, the whole of Saipan is destroyed, Ozzy. Incredibly awesome weapon. The cool thing about this is that this is all functioning now, because it takes about 10 seconds to drop them. If you want to stop them dropping at a certain point, you just click here, USB discontinue, and then we'll stop, and then press, weapon fire again, and they'll start dropping. And finally, known issues with the Mi-24 that will of course be fixed soon. Firstly, engines are not starting up for operator at cold start if operator joined before engine start. Also, if operator in cockpit and rearming for 80 GMs is done, then operator losing launch authorization tone. To avoid these issues, second player as operator should join Mi-24P after its engines are running and weapons are rearmed. That's our summary of this patch. There is another one for the Harrier that's quite important, I think, but I've unfortunately run out of time. I will cover that when I can. I hope that is useful, and see you later.